This is the Redmi Pad Pro, a huge 12.1-inch tablet that's been priced quite aggressively, and it's going global soon with launches in India and Latin America appearing imminent. Now there's a lot to talk about here. Redmi's made some good choices, they made some bad choices. Let's take a look at all that in today's video. Now, if this is your first time here, or in case you've forgotten, my name's Ash, this is C4E Tech, and let's get started. Let's first get the unboxing out of the way. I picked up the 6128 base version, though reports seem to indicate 8128 might be the base when this goes global. Now once you open the box, the first thing you're greeted by is the Redmi Pad Pro, the tablet itself. And man, this is big. Now I did get myself the smoke green version. Redmi also sells this in blue and grey, barring which there is a Harry Potter special edition for the tablet too. Honestly, I think that looks pretty damn cool. Anyways, let's get back to the Pad Pro in just a moment. Digging further into the box, we've got a quick start guide, a SIM tool, a USB cable, Type A to Type C, and finally, a 33-watt charger. Now, like I said at the start, there are things Redmi's done well, and being the positive person that I am, let's begin right there with the pros. Now this tablet, it's got some amazing, very rare, never before seen features. And by that, I mean support for micro SD and a headphone jack. Yep, things we used to take for granted, they're now big selling points. It's just sad, isn't it? Now obviously the display is a highlight. This is a 12.1-inch IPS LCD panel. The resolution is 2560 by 1600, more commonly known as 2.5K. The refresh rate is 120Hz and it's covered by Corning's Gorilla Glass 3, and Redmi advertises a brightness peak of 600 nits. In our testing though, it hit close to 650, which is refreshing for a panel to actually go above what a manufacturer claims. Now given this device runs on HyperOS and Xiaomi's been all about making their devices work better with each other, you can access your Redmi, Xiaomi or Poco phone from this tablet, transfer data from and to. It could be pretty convenient if you're into that Xiaomi ecosystem. And actually, even if you weren't, you still can do this. Go to settings, more connectivity options, and turn on wireless display. Now on any laptop, hit Windows and K, then choose the Redmi Pad Pro. Hit accept, and there you go, a second monitor for your laptop to use when you're on the go. You do get tiny black bars to the top and bottom because this is standard 1080p 16:9, but the experience is actually good without a lot of latency. So yes, this display, it's a major positive here, even more so when you take into account these 4 speakers that provide stereo output. They're pretty loud. There's also a Dolby Atmos, Dolby Vision too, forgot to mention that. Now add to it micro SD and you've got yourself a solid media consumption device, especially given the massive 10,000 mAh battery on the inside. Now Redmi claims a standby time of almost 2 months. Now guys, on phones, standby times, they don't really matter as much, because phones are things we have on our person, so we are using them and then we plug them in to charge, and that's pretty much it. But tablets, we kind of use them differently. At least me, this is my use case. Like this is the scenario of use for me. I use it for a couple of hours, when I'm on the couch, when I'm in bed, and when I'm done, I just leave it, I move on, and the next time I need it, I kind of pick it up. So in these cases, standby, they mean a lot more. I mean, isn't that why a lot of people pick iPads, the standby time, right? Now the build is also something I'd label as positive, at least a minor positive. It's all metal, pretty sleek at 7.5mm, and the weight, 571 grams. It's much lighter than the competition, like say the Galaxy Tab S7 FE. So those are the Redmi Pad Pro's pros. Let's now move on to the cons. Now to hit this aggressive a price point, there's been a lot of cost cutting done by Redmi. Now, let's take the display for example. As good as it is, the viewing angles aren't great. Or the build for example, as good as that is, there is no magnetic connector for you to place the stylus on. Instead, Redmi chooses to provide a flap when you buy the case. That's a way to hold the stylus. It's definitely not an optimal solution, and of course it means the stylus needs to be charged separately. And if you noticed, there are no pogo pins either, so the keyboard case, it connects via Bluetooth, meaning that's yet another accessory that needs to be charged separately. There's also no fingerprint scanner, and while 10,000 mAh is great, the battery life is pretty darn good. The charger being 33 watts means it's gonna take a good couple of hours to charge. Took me about half an hour to get to 30%. Now, it's not a big con, obviously, because these days, a charger in the box, that instantly makes it a positive, right? But I'm just saying there have been some corners cut to hit this price point. And the big one, the biggest one of them all, the chip on the inside. Now, this tablet is powered by the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2. And if you watched my other videos, S for Qualcomm, S here means light. So that's this 7 Gen 2 Lite. Guys, with Xiaomi, especially Redmi, we are so used to seeing their devices punch way above weight class. It's kind of strange when one doesn't. Like this here with performance. The 7S Gen 2, it's fine for regular day-to-day tasks for the most part, because there is the occasional stutter, the occasional frame drop, even with just standard day-to-day use. But if you're going to be just browsing the web, watching videos and whatnot, it should be fine, mostly. Now, when you think about it, the choice of SoC here, it's actually very interesting. Because if you look at the mid-range Android tablet segment, there are two that stand out, both from Samsung. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE and the Galaxy Tab S9 FE. And the Redmi Pad Pro is on par with these two with respect to performance. And Redmi is getting you that performance at almost half the price. The Pad Pro, it starts at 1499 RMB in China, which converts to about 17,000 Indian rupees or $200 US. So we are getting the same performance as the two most popular tablets at half the price. But I'm still not happy. Why? Well, it's not because of what Samsung's doing, but rather what Redmi, or rather in this case Xiaomi, is doing. The fact that others like this tablet exist, the Xiaomi Pad 6, that is where things get complicated. The Pad 6, for example, provides you a higher quality display, easier to use accessories, and a whole lot more performance for just about 15-20% more. Now yes, the price is going to differ when it goes global, but this 15 to 20% difference I'm talking about is based on the Chinese price of the Xiaomi Pad 6 and the Redmi Pad Pro. So when it goes global, the prices are going to be different, but proportionally you can still expect a 15 to 20% price gap. And for that price gap, what something like the Pad 6 offers you is just amazing. So to sum it up, is this the best tablet ever? Nope. Is this still good for what it is? Yep. So should you buy it? Kinda. Like, if you definitely want a 12.1-inch display, if you really want that large screen, then it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not bad. You can definitely get it. But if you're okay with a slightly smaller display, 11 inches instead of 12.1, then there are a lot of alternatives that get you better value for your money. Now, anyways, before we wrap, we've seen the pros, we've seen the cons. Let's talk about that one thing that's stuck in between, the mundane cameras. Now, there are two cameras here, not to the back. There's one to the back, there's one to the front, both 8 megapixel shooters. And they kind of get the job done, I suppose. They are budget tablet cameras, nothing to write home about here. And given the resolution, no surprise, video is capped to 1080 and it's Xiaomi, so 30 FPS. It's okay, it's gonna be okay for the occasional pet capture or video call. So that's pretty much it. What do you think about the Redmi Pad Pro? Love it, hate it, you have more complex emotions? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.